What's up? This Black Yo. I'm kind of venting right here. I'm kind of hold up. Anyway, I'm kind of venting here. So I'm looking at Marvel vs. Capcom 3 being played on a stream, and I'm kind of just sitting here in my room, bored. So kind of just been kind of venting. And so I just thought, fuck it, make a video. Sorry, don't have a good camera to really do anything with. My cat rubbing against the camera. So just thought, like, have something somewhat interesting to look at. So yeah. So I was thinking about current gaming generation. I know a lot of people have done that, but fuck it. I had to kind of put my say in this because like nobody ever says exactly what I say. I mean, that's the point of being an individual. So what else started kind of just thinking about this thing that I saw about the current generation is kind of obsolete, which is true, but I'm not gonna get into that. I'm thinking about right now. I kind of moved on to DLC and thought about why the gaming the gaming genre or whatever is kind of fucked up. And one of the main gripes I have is DLC. I know everybody has a say about DLC, but here's my thoughts. It is one of the dumbest things to have been implemented this generation. Why? The world simply isn't ready for it. The game developers aren't ready for it because they really don't know what the fuck to do with it. Yes, they do it. I said this earlier. The only good thing this generation has really brought us is patches. Why? Because every game has patches. You can play. A game million game testers could play a game for 365 days a year, end of the year, and they fix every bug that they find, but they could ship the game out that day after. You could bet your bottom dollar that at the end of the day, there's going to be a million glitches found in that game, even though it's been play tested by a million people the whole year, straight through. But besides the patches, there's nothing that's great about this whole DLC and installing, updating all that stuff that's been done. Why? Like I said, game developers just don't know what to do with it. They use it as a cash cow. That's the only purpose it serves right now. I mean, look at this game. This game right here. This is how I started really getting into it. Look at this game. This whole thing started really. I was talking about effort. Effort in gaming is gone. Gaming companies and all that stuff, they pretty much lost all the effort. I remember in the past, you got any game, you had a million unlocks to find. You had special outfits, costumes. You had palette swaps that sometimes had abilities, sometimes they didn't. You had secret characters. You had fucking boss characters to unlock. You had fucking joke characters and all that. And now we regress to a game where you get everything at the beginning, and the sad part is everything at the beginning isn't all that much. You get Marvel vs. Capcom 3, you get way less characters than you did in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And no, I'm not really a big fighting game person because to be honest, I know I'm just not good at them. I can never get my characters to do what I try to get them to do when I try to get them to do it. So I just don't do it because I just know I'm gonna be extremely just pissed the whole time. But I know a few things about stuff, and I know that this game has nowhere near the amount of characters that MVC2 did. And I know I can understand kind of why, since they had to change the fighting system to make it 3D, because it's easier to do than making 2D sprites. But I still like the old 2D sprites, and I wish they could have done that. But yeah, the game does look sort of nice. It still looks cheap to me. It always has. Just looks so plastic and just lifeless, and I'm like, really, I just don't know. I just don't like it. I mean, they do what they do, but they took the same engine from Tatsunoko vs. Capcom and put it in this, and I'm like, that's just kind of lame. Like MVC 2, I mean, MVC deserves its own system. I mean, it's MVC. People been waiting for this, and you're gonna use the same system you put in a game that was on the Wii. And yes, I know Tatsunoko vs. Capcom was pretty good. I haven't played it, but I know it's kind of good. So don't get mad at me on that. I'm just saying, MVC deserved a little bit better in like another game's like graphic system, so to speak. But I was saying, look at Marvel vs. Capcom 3. We've moved from like all those characters and all that stuff in the Gaming Pass and Fighting Game Pass to this, where you have like one outfit, you have palette swaps, lame palette swaps, you have less characters, probably less areas, and there's no real how should I say it? No real heart in this. It's just a game that it seems like they made it just for cash in. I mean, there's like just a bad minimum in both of the games. There's no real like thing that makes you say they were into this. They really wanted to do this for the fans, or for their like the people that stood behind them since the beginning and all that stuff. It's just a cheap ass game. Like, yeah, there are a few things in the game that's like, oh wow, they did this. Oh wow, they did that. Or I like this and like that. Like, for instance, I played Phoenix Wright before this game came out, and I just love that they made him a new theme song, and they kept his theme song but made it like, I just love his theme song in this game. It's fucking awesome. I get hyped every time I hear it. I have it on my phone. But like this game, you get one costume, you get like less arenas, you don't have that much to do in it. And the thing that mainly pisses me off is the winning poses. The point is, they have a winning pose, and that's it, one. But the thing that annoys me about it is that they say different things, and you're watching this character do something totally opposite to what they said. And I'm like, that is so fucking cheap. You really could have done something to that. You could have fucking installed updates to fucking, like, just to do that. Something. I mean, it's just so, just dead. It's like, Joe, he has his normal outfit, which I think is DLC too, that you have to pay for. And he talks like Beautiful Joe normally. And I'm like, why would he talk like that or move like that while he's not in his costume? It makes no sense. That's like Bruce Wayne acting like Batman around everybody when he's in his civilian attire. But DLC. This is how I feel DLC should be handled. Like, I don't know much about business. I know a few things about, like, you know, the gaming industry and all that stuff. But this is how I feel DLC should have been handled. And yes, I know the video is stuttering. It's not the camera, it's the actual video. I don't know if the internet is messing up or whatever, but I feel DLC should be done like, it should be done like ME3 did. Mass Effect. Hold on one second.